I've been waiting on this, man. It was the holidays. I had to make some meals, make some plays, so I'm getting around to it. From the car, Detroit Lions lose to the Minnesota Vikings 10-23. I watched it. Simply couldn't pick up the blitzes. What happened when you got different offensive linemen shuffling there, when you don't have the captain Frank Ragnow in there no more. Green Bay showed that in week 1. They had problems picking up blitzes. And, you know, when Goff started to get pressure, you hit Goff, the ball started getting batted down, ball started going in the dirt. He started throwing picks. You know, they talking about him walking off with time left. And we'll talk about that in another video, okay? But ultimately, it was a short week. They was in a bad spot. Tough game. They've lost to every division opponent not named Chicago. They were swept by Green Bay. They were swept by Minnesota. And people could say, well, it's the injuries, CJ. Every year since they've been here for the last 4 seasons before this, now 5 damn near, we can say it was the injuries. So if every year injuries is a problem, that's an equation. That's an equation that you're going to factor in. Every year they're just going to be injured. So it's not an excuse when it's not an anomaly. It's a trend. It's not a blip on the radar. This is who they are. They're injury prone. They're going to be in. They're going to draft injured players. They have an affection for them. They empathize with them. That's who the Detroit Lions are. Okay? So I get it. But in this game, I was watching and I had to, we was playing games or whatever, and then next thing I know, I'm like, damn, I look back up and the ball gone. It seemed like they was driving the ball, and then I looked and Goff fumbled. Threw 2 bad picks. He can't handle the pressure and he can't get off the spot. I told y'all he ain't got no pocket mobility. They couldn't run the ball versus the blitz. Or fix the offensive line, do this, do that. You got a $200+ million fucking quarterback. Can he improvise a smidget? No. Does he make anybody else better? No. They make him better. Defensively, they gave up the big run on the end around to Jordan Addison for the 65 yards. They gave that up to him. Then they gave, the dude only threw for 53 yards rushing. 53 yards passing. So, and you look at that, you're like, damn, how did that happen? So, it was a nasty football game. They couldn't pick up the blitz. Defense was on their heels the whole game. And they gave up some plays. A couple plays is all they had to give up. They was put in bad positions, held in the field goals with bad interceptions, bad fumbles. All those are momentum shifters. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, I'm not surprised. I told y'all about a month ago, this wasn't a playoff team. That offensive line, you know why the offensive line was their identity offensively? It's because your quarterback doesn't make anybody better. The run game makes him better. The receivers make him look good. That's the problem. He doesn't make anybody else better. And I'm going to keep hollering and screaming that they make him better. They win in spite of him. And he doesn't amplify the run game. So what did the team say this year? Hey, you know what? The offensive line is all young and new in the middle. We gonna stack the box. Let's take away the run and force Goff to beat us. And people look at the numbers and say, oh, look at the numbers. The numbers is not telling the whole story. If you watch the game and you look at those, you did a blind study and you guessed the numbers, you would never guess the numbers that he had, even before the interceptions and turnovers yesterday. Tell me I'm lying. He did not have a good season despite those numbers. He was atrocious. You know? He doesn't buy you time to get the offensive line together. You know, he doesn't buy his receivers time to get open. If you ain't open, and he got to slide his feet in that pocket, even a little bit of pocket mobility, he got to slide his feet. You know, it's going in the dirt. It's going to be a pick. It's going to get batted down. It's going in the dirt. That's the problem. And injuries, and they have to just be diligent and getting durable players. They went from first to worst real quick. You know? And yesterday, they just proved that offensive line got to get put together. There's got to be more diligence, dude. There have to be more diligence there has to be more diligence and durability. Getting guys who's durable. We have to change our practice habits a little bit more. Maybe more strength and conditioning, less hitting, maybe less of both. But first, and another thing, you need a quarterback. Any blind man can see that. And we know why a certain amount of people that chant Jared Goff name but won't chant Cade Cunningham name. I ain't gotta say it. We know why a certain amount of people that say, "Oh, Jared is our guy," and you know, no Lamar Jackson, no Kyler Murray, no Dante Moore. We know what it is. My thing is this: why don't you move the Lions out to where y'all live at? I'm tired of them anyway. Move them out to Pickaninny, where that dude said that the DK Metcalf at. Move that shit out the Howe. Move that shit out the Traverse City and Big Rapid. Move that shit out there. A UP. Because the Lions crowd, let me say this first and foremost. The Lions crowd, and they the people that go spend money down there, they're not an honest representation of the city of Detroit. I'll just tell you that right now. If you really ask people in the city of Detroit, they don't fuck with the Lions. Let's be real. Yeah, a lot of these dudes, they root with them when they win. They're rare to get. You ain't seen this much Lions gear being wore in a long time. And it's pretty fashionable. The city of Detroit, the actual urban city of Detroit, which is an urban city, is part of the reasons why they hate us and won't let us win. They don't fuck with the Lions like that. They don't go down there and spend their money like that. All these other people around the state that spend their money like that. And somebody tell me I'm lying. If it was up to the city of Detroit, the Fords would have been sold. It's the rest of these people who don't have nothing to do out in Owasso and Durand and Lansing and ain't shit to do but ride your John Deere. And I'm just keeping it funky. Y'all know it's true. Y'all know it's true. That's the wild thing about it. Y'all know it's fucking, I'm telling the truth. So honestly, the quarterback is the problem. You pay him all that money and he makes nobody better. He doesn't know how to improvise, you know, but that's a different story for a different day. This team has been going down. We all know it was going down. You can tell by the trajectory, the injury. Some of the guys, Josh Pascal, we opened this 21. They were so silent on that. And the thing about it is, they like to, a lot of times they like to address their issues like cats use the bathroom in secrecy. Take the parking spot, dude. It's not a big deal. Some people be killing me. Oh, I got a parking spot. Oh my God. It's not a big deal. I'm closer to the door than you are. But for the most part, y'all know I'm telling the truth. If you don't think quarterback is the problem and you point, hey, CJ, look at the numbers. I don't give a fuck about the numbers. I'm watching the game. If you don't think they keep drafting injury-prone players, that ain't the problem. Look at the injury list. If you think they practice habits are not the problem, think again, motherfucker. Think again. You know? Wow. My bad. Think again. So, I mean, it's all in the game, honestly. But eventually they have to tweak some things, have to get better. But this team been going downhill for quite some time. And it's because, it's just like Philadelphia and Saquon Barkley. People say, you know what? We're going to shut down Saquon. They break down footage. They break down tape and all of that. And people talking about Calvin Shepard, and I'm going to address that, and having an issue with Calvin Shepard, which is crazy to me. I mean, what does he has to work with? Y'all forgot. Y'all complaining about Aaron Glenn, too. Aaron Glenn playing with a short deck. Coaching with a short deck. So is old buddy Calvin Shepard playing with a short deck. That's what I don't understand. Like, y'all act like what did you want him to do? Make a feast out of thin air? Do you not know how to fucking park? Thank you. Jesus Christ. They be letting anybody get licensed. But that's just the God honest truth, y'all. So, but they just can't pick up the blitz at that offensive line. And pick it up, open up run holes. So next year, like I said before, if you can get Frank, and only way I'll get Frank back, to be honest, if I'm in a win now mode with quarterback. If I go get another quarterback, if I go trade for a Burrow or Lamar Jackson, if I get somebody that can come in right now, I'm begging Frank to come back. But as long as Goff here, you don't have a chance to really win. But if I'm going to get Frank, if I'm getting Frank back, it's because I'm bringing Lamar. I'm bringing Joe. I'm bringing somebody in that can help. But other than that, you're going to keep Jared Goff, which they most likely will, and continue to lose. Take to the center. And other than that, I'm looking at left tackle, right guard, left guard. If I can upgrade all three of those, so the fuck be it. Mahogany and Miles Frazier can be good backups. So, but for the most part, they just got out physical. So, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the link in the description. Follow me on X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch. Everything inside the link tree is the first link in the description. Check out Detroit Lions prediction playlist. Post game reaction playlist. Peace.